Casey Kasem, and next on Fan Film Podcast, Chris Notarile of Bleach Productions. Stick around, won't you?
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
You're ready to move out.
In the 26th century, mankind faces an epic struggle for survival. The forces of nature have spun wildly out of control. Mighty cities have crumbled, and the dinosaurs have returned to reclaim the earth. In this savage land, one man stands alone.
Will?
Yes, sir.
Are you there, Will?
I am here. Do you hear me?
The ghost in the machine.
I hear you, Will. Are you wearing pants?
Yes, actually, I'm wearing pajama pants with a hole in the right knee.
Nice. Come on, guess what I'm wearing?
I
Beetle
really
outfit.
don't want.
No, I'm not
Is
wearing
it
a
superhero
Blue Beetle
costume?
outfit, but that, as common as you think that is, I'm not.
Yeah, Catwoman.
No.
Yes.
I am actually, as we speak, sewing an Al Pratt Adam costume, and I'm halfway in it right now. This is not for me, though. This is for somebody else, but it just so happens I'm wearing red boots and brown spandex pants.
I'm actually wearing the Borak tunic right now, banana hem.
No, I'm not wearing a banana hammock.
That's over the tights. That's old. Whoever came up with that idea?
What, banana hammock?
No, the whole like over the tights situation.
You mean like underwear on top of the tights?
Yeah, you know, this is old Superman. You know, typical old school.
I think
Golden
that
age.
probably came from, common sense. You need something to tuck in the package and not have an unsightly bulge.
What are you people? On dope?
So,
This is the golden age. No bulging.
What's the costume for, Chris? Is that for a fan film or just for someone to wear?
I got hired. Somebody wanted me to make a Al Pratt Adam suit, a Blue Beetle Ted Kord outfit, and a Wildcat costume.
How long does it take you to make a typical outfit?
Well,
Curious.
one day, not even. I
Wow.
had the Wildcat costume made in a matter of a half hour. I had the Blue Beetle costume actually just in storage because I had a spare.
Don't we all?
Let's see. Pratt's taking the longest right now.
Hey, Chris. I mean, this is for Mr. Mojer over there. Are you getting an echo on my voice?
Not really. Are you getting an echo?
It's annoying because I hear myself coming back and it's like distracting me.
Probably. You might want to turn down the speaker.
Maybe that.
Yeah,
Hold
well,
on.
step away from your radio.
Right?
How's that?
It's fine on this end. I don't hear an echo. Echo.
I'm just trying not
Echo.
to
Echo.
be deaf
Echo.
here. All right.
I, don't, here, and echo.
There is. No, echo. Hello, hello.
Maybe we should introduce Chris to people that perhaps don't know him. Should we
Oh,
call
we're
him?
actually on the show now.
Yeah, we're actually recording.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just so you know, give you a heads up. This is
Excuse me, you bastards.
We're just keeping in the embarrassing stuff.
Chris Notarile, right? Is it Notarile?
Notarile.
Okay, from Blinky Productions.
Who else?
Yes. The guy with the ego the size of Andrew Bernard's.
Woohoo!
I heard that
Bruce
last
Campbell,
podcast.
Phantom.
So
What's that?
I heard the last podcast.
Oh, it's all Will.
You know what it's like to fall in the mud and get kicked in the head by an iron boot? Of course you don't. No one does. That never happens. Sorry, Ted. It's a dumb question. Skip that.
Hey, don't point the finger my way.
I heard it.
The guy likes his movie.
Uh-huh.
So do I.
Well,
I
obviously,
am Chris Notarile, the only person with an ego the size of Andrew Bernard's prostate.
Oh. Yikes.
So, do you have anything interesting you want to talk about, or are you all just going to circle jerk each other?
Yeah, I was actually
And
talking to Mojer earlier about the Captain the Captain Action project you're working on, and it might be
Captain
kind of in
Action.
trouble.
Yes. What do you want to know about my Captain Action project?
Could you please elaborate for those of us who
You want me
don't
to?
know about it?
Well, it just so happens I'm friends with the gentleman, Edward Cato, and Joe's going to kill me. I forgot his last name, but Joe Ahern, duh. And they own the rights to Captain Action as we speak, and they had brought up to me if I'd be interested in doing a Captain Action TV show pilot. And of course, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'd love to do a Captain Action TV show pilot. Only catch is, well, none of us have any money. So as soon as we get some kind of funding, we could very well just produce an all-original, brand-new Captain Action TV series, which will be actually very funny. We're going for the more comedic route versus the serious Captain Action, just because I don't understand a guy who runs around in spandex with a sailor's hat.
We were just talking about that earlier, how he looks kind of like a gay Blackhawk.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Why does he wear the hat? That guy has so many emblems on his costume, I think he's going through like an identity crisis, because
what is he, Booster Gold?
He has the sailor's hat, which has the anchor on it. Then he has the Captain Action logo with the recycling, triangle and the CA. And then he has a lightning bolt on his belt and a phallically shaped lightning bolt sword. So I'm just very curious as to...
And to top it all off, he dresses up in his spare time like every superhero.
Oh, yeah, that too. He's also a master of disguise. And
he's Green Hornet. He's everybody
else. So seriously, this guy has severe commitment issues, if you ask me.
That would definitely be funny for the comedic part.
Oh, yeah. We're going for like an incredibly comedic Captain Action in the sense that Action Boy, or his sidekick, like ends up quitting because... he just views him as like a complete maniacal psychopath, and he ends up getting a female sidekick named Lady Action. She's like, an all-out feminist. The thing though that makes it funny is that our Captain Action is like virtually, like retarded. Like he it's very tickish humor in the sense that he didn't know what the hell he's doing. Well, he tries and he does things he knows because he's coming from like an old school sense, like He thinks that Lady Action is his sidekick when really she's his partner. And we got this wonderful scene where she's basically telling him, the rundown. And he's just like, I didn't know sidekicks could talk. She's like, look, I'm not your sidekick. And he goes, look, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here or anything, but if it looks like a sidekick, acts like a sidekick, it talks like a sidekick, I'm going to call it a sidekick, okay?
It's either you or a dog with a cape.
What?
I said it's either you or a dog with a cape. That was going to be my second choice.
Just about, basically, yeah.
Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah. So that's basically our Captain Action storyline. Like, he's just a complete another douchebag.
Is it really necessary to dress a German Shepherd up in a Batman mask? Do we need the mask?
What mask?
I'm talking about Ace the Bat Hound.
Oh, Ace? I don't think Ace ever...
He wears a cap.
Are you talking like Ace, like the modern cartoon, like for Crypto the Superdog Ace, or... like the classic?
He wears it, as does the old version, the Silver Age one.
I didn't know if there ever was like an Ace the Bat Hound in the Silver Age. I always thought he was just like
You're kidding me.
No, I never knew about that. I only knew about Crypto and Wonder Woman's cat,
Streaky.
Which boggles my mind. Why the fuck? Okay, this woman has a cat and an invisible plane, and like, does the cat live on the plane? Is there like an invisible litter box? There should be. Is the cat like, P-Truth or something?
Just picture how weird that would be to look up in the sky and you see a woman sitting in a sitting position with her hands in an imaginary wheel just floating around.
With a cat in her lap.
I'd be too busy looking at her ass to care.
Why, you've got beauty, charm, money. You have that money, haven't you? Because if you haven't, we can quit right now.
So how'd you, Chris?
Yeah?
We got to call you the big N and call me the big M.
You gotta call me the big what?
The big N?
The big N.
Yeah, because we're both Chris.
You just call me, like, Blue Beetle or Blinky or...
Or Chris 1 and Chris 2.
No, I proposed that when I was in grade school. No one ever went with it.
Yeah, I'd rather not be number 2. How'd you...
I am Mike 25.
What got you into fan films? I mean, start from the beginning. Was it Friday the 31st that you started with?
Yes. No, I started with Nightmare Ends and Halloween.
Okay.
I started when I saw Dead End, and I realized the genius of making Batman Dead End. I'm not saying it was the greatest movie ever made. I'm saying it was a genius concept to do what Hollywood could not do.
Right.
So, taking some creative liberties of my own, I said, what can I do that Hollywood can never do, that no one else has done either? And I said to myself, oh, duh, Michael, Jason, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, and Pinhead have never all been in one room together and probably never will be due to extenuating copyrights and circumstances. So I basically set my sights on that, and that's where the whole idea started culminating. I just said, okay, let's think of a cool story. Michael fights Freddy. There you go. And I want everybody else to pop up at the end, and I want it all to make sense. So the alternate title was Freddy Gets Fucked.
Really?
F-bomb. Freddy gets the F-bomb. Freddy gets the middle finger. So that's where it all came from, and I made the film. How I made the film was pretty clever. I had home video at the time. I did not have any kind of high-end, high-tech video equipment. I did it all by myself.
What year was it?
This is 2004.
Okay.
So this would be like my third film entirely. I had done a short film called Baby Punisher, which technically could be considered my first fan film, but no one gives a crap about it. It was just a contest for Wizard that I did, where I took the audio from the Punisher trailer and put it to this kid in Punisher clothing, like literally like this 8-year-old kid messing up his room and he gets punished. Get it? Haha. And then I did a short film after that, Callbacks Massacre, which no one's going to see until I make it into a feature. Another short film that was a piece of crap, and then Nightmare Ends on Halloween, which is actually somewhat decent. So anyway, I shot on home video. I cast on Craigslist, called my friends up, whoever. The hardest part was securing the location, really. I mean, the location made the movie. Because if you look at a lot of, fan films, like, I've seen so many Batman movies where Gotham City is some kid's backyard or basement.
I was just going to say that.
How come all the rooftops of Gotham look like, houses in suburbia?
This is what is
Why is Batman always coming out in the daytime with Gordon? I basically went to a local plastics factory that I knew was in my town. I walked in, literally, and I said, "Can I speak to the owner?" The owner comes out, he goes, "Can I help you?" I go, "I want to shoot a short film here." He goes, "Are you a cop?" I go, "Do I look like a cop?" Obviously, maybe some nefarious things happen there. I don't know. But long story short, he let me shoot there, and we got this wonderful plastics factory, and that just sold everything, If it weren't for the plastics factory, my movie probably wouldn't have been as good.
Did you get a contact high when you were filming?
The story is location, location, location.
I was going to say, did you get a contact high when you were working?
Yeah, I did, actually. I wrote up all kinds of paperwork, making sure that it was cool to shoot there, and then I got the rights to the actors in my film, and then I kind of sort of realized, oh, duh, it's a fan film. I don't have to really do this crap, only for original stuff. But I did that for a couple more films afterwards, but it was good to have anyway. I did it all the right way the first time.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, out of your films, to this day, remains one of my more favorite out of your entire catalog of films so far.
Well, I think what's cool about it is that it's just something you never really see, or you're never going to see, and if you see it now, it's been done. I did it already, but
right.
I guess what was cool about it is just seeing all those guys in one room, I
thought it was great, like the whole thing, just with the two characters throughout the film, and then at the end, that was like the big kaboom, You see everybody come out. You got Leatherface, you got Jason.
The part about that movie was, the music, and I don't want to say how amazing I am or anything, but looking at from an outsider's perspective, I really had a good selection of music. I had really good shots, I think. I think I know the characters well enough that I was capable of conveying them and not making it look like the subtleties of Michael Myers cocking his head. Someone would do it overtly, and it would just look very cartoonish. The same thing with Freddy and relentless cursing and just dumb stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just think I really worked the location and everything very well. It was just one of those pieces that is overall well put together just because I knew everything.
I mean, being an old fan from pretty much way back, those are one of the first things I realized, in the movie was, he's got Michael Myers down. He's got the head cocked, the right angle, the right stance when he's standing up, his posture, when he comes back up from the ground, all that stuff. And I've seen that repeated in these new Halloween fan films. They're trying to do it, but this isn't working as good. They're trying to get it down.
But it's called acting. You have to actually act. You can't just move and think everything's going to be A-okay. You have to study. Yeah. Believe it or not, about 3 or 4 people played Michael Myers in Nightmare Ends only because we had problems with the casting. We had an actor, get this, he played He-Man on Broadway when I was a kid. Okay?
Oh my God, that crappy musical?
Yes, the musical He-Man on Broadway. The actor who played He-Man was in my film. He auditioned and everything. And I told him, I'm like, okay, this is going to probably take like maybe 2 or 3 days, like a weekend to shoot. Are you free? He goes, yeah, I'm totally free and everything. And the guy's like huge, you know. This is a former weightlifter. He was up for the role of the 1993 Captain America movie. Just an all-around handsome, blonde, giant man. And I said, okay, you're going to play Michael Myers. He goes, cool.
At any point did he raise up his butcher knife and say, I have the power?
2 days.
Did that happen at the
What?
Did he raise up his butcher knife and say, I have the power?
I didn't ask him to do that, actually. I should have, you know?
I have the murder
anyway,
power.
Now instead of like saying I had the power, I just cursed his name to the heavens saying, God damn you. But regardless, he was Michael Myers for 2 days. The first day was the scene in front of my parents' house in which we're in Michael's dream, which is Haddonfield. And then the second
And it looks
scene
just like the Halloween house.
And then the second time we used him was the last shot of the movie in which all the killers pop out, you know, and Michael's there, and Freddy's there, and Jason's there, and Leatherface. Those are his 2 days of shooting. That was day 2. Day 3, he just up and disappeared, and I never heard from him again. And I started freaking out. I didn't know what the hell to do. Now, this taught me a valuable lesson because when an actor disappears on you and you got nothing and you're supposed to shoot, and if it's either do or die. And improv is a very good skill to have. So when he didn't show up that day, I took my actor who was playing Freddy Krueger, and I made him also play Michael. That whole fight scene, he was beating up himself.
That other guy, he probably had to go to like a Thundercats audition.
Well, no, it was... Oh, yeah. But seriously, though, if you watch the movie, the whole scene where Michael is actually fighting Freddy, if you watch it frame by frame, you can see where I used the stand, and I had my brother come in, and I had my brother put on the Freddy costume. He came in, and he put on the Freddy costume, and from faraway shots or behind shots, he played Freddy, and then my Freddy actor played Michael. And then I reversed it, and my Freddy actor would play Freddy and react to everything. And except the opening shot where Michael is getting spoken to by Freddy in limbo, I had the owner of the plastics factory step in and play Michael.
Jeez.
It was pretty funny because he's there and everything, and now I need somebody to sit there on that bench and just not move. And he says, like, I'll do it. So he came in, and the funny thing is, this guy, he's built. Like, he was 46 at the time. He was just buff, ripped. But he's 5'6".
Yeah.
So he's this tiny-ass guy, and the guy who played Freddy Krueger was 6'3". Okay? So height is definitely off. So what I did was, I sat him down on the bench. I told him don't move and everything. But when he stood up, I had him squatting on the bench. So when he stood up, he rose above. So he was basically, rocking about 7 feet when he stood up on the bench and everything. So there's that shot where Michael stands up and grabs Freddy by the neck. He actually is now taller because he's standing on a fucking bench, and so it was funny.
Freddy Krueger, did you think it would be that easy? Did you think you could hide us? No, I think not. Your reign of evil is now over. You escaped hell once. Now you must pay hell's price. We will tear your soul apart.
Okay, actually, I was going to ask you about your world's finest films with Powergirl and Catwoman. What made you choose Catwoman and Powergirl for the roles as opposed to Batman and Superman?
Well, you see, first off, the title.
Besides big
that
boobs.
Word. The title is world's finest, as in most attractive, not finest, as in we're the most amazing fighters in the world.
Right.
So with that being said, going into the DCU, who is the finest of the DCU? Well, Catwoman is considered the finest of the darker characters. I mean, she has her own solo comic book. She had a shitty movie. She, was in, like, if you ask any girl out there, name a female superhero, their answers are always Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Catwoman.
Definitely.
So that's why I chose Catwoman. And why did I choose Powergirl? Well...
And I would also throw in the Batman reference.
What's Batman reference?
She's Catwoman. In the Batman universe, she's a big part of it.
Yes.
So that would be kind of like a loose Batman thing. Whereas Powergirl, you have that relationship between...
I wanted to obviously have the Batman-Superman reference in there, and what better thing to do than to have Batman's lover and Superman's cousin from an alternate universe be the main characters. I don't think that Catwoman would get along with Supergirl as much as she would with Powergirl, only because Powergirl's had it rougher.
And it's a good mixture because, in the original World's Finest, we all know that Clark's the big Boy Scout, do everything by the book, and he's very nice and polite, whereas Batman's very smug and he's full of himself. And Powergirl comes across,
with, the relationship with Catwoman, I made Catwoman a total bitch in this,
And Powergirl's got the attitude to match, though, so they're butting heads.
Yeah, but she's not just butting heads. She's a jerk to Livewire, too. Like, she's just not nice. Yes, Livewire is like the roommate from hell, or the house guest from hell. She comes over, and she's just like, hey, let's hang out, and let's do this, and let's do that.
I love her
performance.
performance.
Like, basically a cat in water. Like, leave me alone. And then, of course, she, backstabs her, basically, and says, sorry, you're annoying, I don't like you. Yeah. So I think I kind of nailed the personalities there. I really made Catwoman just a real jerk, the C word.
And what made you go with your wife for Catwoman? Did you have other people appear for auditions? Or?
No. Nikki was always
you just knew right away?
Supposed to be Catwoman for two reasons. A, she was already a martial artist by the time we decided to do Catwoman. So it'd kind of be stupid to have somebody else play Catwoman who could, Nikki's attractive. Duh, that's a given. Nikki has a lot of cat-like features, and on top of it, speaking from personal experience, Nikki's a bit of a bitch, too, but she knows it's like being that. So it just came natural for her to be like Catwoman.
No sex for him tonight.
Yeah. She's not here right now, so I can say that. And you wonderful people on the internet won't tell her. I trust you. This is just between us, guys.
This is a guys' club. Rolling towels with a bunch of hot rock.
Snapping each other in
the
butt.
I chose Nikki because of many reasons. I mean, obviously the most logical reason is that, she makes the perfect Catwoman. I don't see how any performance otherwise could be better than hers, Like, Nikki's not weak. And our Catwoman is not weak. She wasn't abused or beaten or killed or shot before she became Catwoman.
She was just tough from the get-go.
Yeah, and that's the true origins of Catwoman. Like, she was this way. She grew up this way. She had a hard life. She wasn't, I'm from suburbia, and oh my God, men don't respect me, and oh my God, I saw some crime, and oh my God, they flushed me down the toilet, or oh my God, I got thrown out the window by my boss. Now we're going for the 0-hour issue of Catwoman.
Yeah, that's the Bulent, right?
That was Jim Balent's time at drawing, but it's a combination. The only thing we did not take from Miller was that she was ever a prostitute. I can't understand.
That's the thing I was going to be like. That kind of gave her a more like street feel too, I think, though. Giving her that.
Well, see, there's a safer way of doing it. She doesn't have to be a prostitute. We made her, in my version, she was a dominatrix.
Right.
Because it's the same thing, except she's less of a skank afterwards. I mean, how the hell could Bruce Wayne fall for a skank? I mean, he's not Daredevil. So I figured, and Selena Kyle being the bitch that she is, why would she sell herself to men? I figure as a dominatrix, she could at least enjoy beating up guys and getting paid to do it.
What do you want to pay me $200 to beat the shit out of you? That's fine. I'll take that.
Haven't you ever been to a dominatrix before?
No.
No, will you go twice a week?
No, last year.
Well, I'll tell you right now, that's what they do. I'm friends with a bunch of dominatrixes. I don't go to them. They're just my friends. And they tell me that they literally get paid to abuse guys. Guys from
these like judges, lawyers that go to these
come in, and they ask to have all kinds of nasty things done to them, and they don't even touch the girl.
Shouldn't you be in Metropolis or something? Since when have I ever lived in Metropolis? Since when has Supergirl lived in New York City? Supergirl. Listen, kitty cat, it's not Supergirl. Do you see an S on my chest? No, you don't. It's Powergirl, got it? Got it. See ya.
We were talking about the Jim Balent costume or Balent costume earlier. I know you chose that for your first 3 films, correct? It was 3?
Yeah.
3 Catwoman films. Now, I noticed in the new one that's coming out, you're going with the Darwin Cook uniform. Is there a reason for this, or?
Two very good reasons. One, we have yet to expose the side of Selena Kyle that I wanted to expose for a long time. We've been getting there gradually, but now I feel the suit may make it come out more drastically. We want to show the really, really, really dark, malicious, violent side of Catwoman, the side that you really don't want to cross her because she's really going to hurt you bad. And
the dark suit gives that feel, you know.
And that's going to be in this movie. The movie's about revenge. The other thing is, we want to shake things up. We want to get people interested in Catwoman and everything, and we want to make them miss the purple suit so that when we bring it back, they'll be happy.
Any plans for any Marvel fan films in the future? I know you had a Deadpool one on tap. Is that still in the works?
I was considering doing Marvel for the longest time, and I want to. But now actually I'm kind of scared to, only because of Marvel's freaking out of, like, the
Marvel zombie film.
The way they Marvel Zombies, they freaked out and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
And actually, that leads into another thing I was going to ask you about, the whole Warner Brother DC issue with you. I know they got in touch with you. Can you, tell people a little bit more about that?
My situation with Warner Brothers is pretty, cool, actually. I don't have much of a problem. The Warner Brother people, the Internet and Piracy Division guys call me up every now and then. They're just keeping tabs on me, making sure I'm not selling anything. And I did have a phone call about 2 years ago where they did call me up and they're like, hey, we're watching you. I'm like, yeah, what about it? You going to hire me? No, we're not going to hire you. Well,
what color underwear am I wearing right now?
They got people
I'm
outside
like, look,
your
I
home
know you
with
guys got a
binoculars.
file on me.
We're watching
am I
you.
doing anything bad? And they're like, no, you're not doing anything bad. We're just letting you know we're watching you. Don't do anything stupid. I'm like, I don't intend to. Are you going to hire me? No. Well, I'm not going to stop making fan films. Well, fine. We're not going to stop you.
This baby straight to the theater, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That's so childish to me. It's so,
I know,
it's
it
so
was
silly.
insanely childish, but that was basically why they called me up in the first place. They're just like, don't sell anything. I'm not. Are you going to hire me? No.
We have to
I don't know if you listened to the end of the last podcast, but I was going on about how the only way it's illegal is if you sell the films.
Oh, I know.
Fan filmmakers do it for the love. The only problem is these scumbag people who sell these bootlegs. That's why, the powers that be are coming down on the community, is because of these people that sell them. So I've taken it upon myself to now start killing these people.
You know how upset I am about this? I'm so fucking enraged, I don't know what to do with myself.
This is what I put on my website that made DC, not sue me and why they can't sue me. I wrote,
we love you so much.
No, it opens up in big bold letters, help the cause, donate, and then please note that we do not sell any fan films featured on this site. All fan films, I have fan in parentheses. I got to do, a laser type way of saying it. Fan films featured, all fan films featured contain intellectual properties from creative entities not associated with Blinky Productions. All media content featured on the site featuring such properties are purely used for entertainment and non-profitable purposes.
There you go.
With that being said, please don't sue us. We mean no harm.
That is the key word. So you say non-profit, strictly for fun. That's what fan films are.
If it's on your website, then you should basically be green. No one can come down with you afterwards.
It's just like you go to these conventions, you want to yell at these guys who are selling them, but at the same time, the more these things that sell and get out in distribution, it's kind of better for you.
It is.
Because more people see your work.
Torn with the whole bootlegging.
The love-hate thing.
I don't not condone it, but I don't not endorse it either. I'm happy.
I'm not a filmmaker, but I completely agree with that.
You make a great politician, Chris. I stand on no issue.
I love that movie, Thank You for Smoking, with Aaron Eckhart. I totally love his character, and that's how I try to handle every spot of business.
I'm going to call you Harvey Dent from now on.
I'm not Harvey Dent.
I'm going to throw acid in your face, at the New York Comic Con.
So
while we're doing the interview.
He basically flips a coin, and depending on where it lands, he likes these scumbags or he doesn't.
You're going to be speaking at the Comic-Con. I'm just going to throw a beaker of acid on your face. Would that be cool? And you're going to be wearing an orange and green suit, coincidentally.
I'm just going to walk up to you when you're not looking. You're going to right when you least suspect it, and I'm going to get it on video. You're going to get a picture of the Blue Beetle or Plastic Man giving you a big fucking wedgie.
Nice. A plastic wedgie.
Yes.
What happened to all the Question movies after Part 3?
Manhunter issue 30 came out.
Okay, what was that?
That was the issue in which it was a complete red herring, and that not only was Ted Cord a fake, it was Everyman, but Everyman was hired by Wonder Woman, or not Wonder Woman, Cersei's, Wonder Woman's arch nemesis, just to screw around with Wonder Woman's trial. It had nothing to do with the wonderful direction I was taking it in, which was, this is all like a giant conspiracy for checkmate. No, it's, I hate Wonder Woman, I want her in jail, so Ted Cord will live.
Why don't you just go with...
That was it.
That was rotten.
Why don't you just go with the story that you want to and continue it, or is that not an option at this point?
It was basically, have you ever just been having sex with somebody and then immediately get turned off because they say something really disgusting and you just, like, you know, you go soft?
Not yet.
Okay, well, that's...
Like, I wish we were a 90-year-old man.
Yeah, I guess that would do it.
Okay, okay, this is the perfect example, okay? A husband looks at his wife and says, honey, tell me something that will make me happy and sad at the same time. So she says, well, your penis is bigger than all your friends.
Hey-o.
Yes, marinate on that one.
I love eating boogers, something like that. That'd be exciting.
With the Question series, I got so mad and just so turned off to doing it, and scheduling as well was a pain in the ass and everything, that I just said, screw it, I'm done. I don't want to do it right now, but I'm considering doing it again.
Yeah,
I
gotta
didn't
say
want
that's
to
one of my
mention this, but I feel
favorite
like I have
characters.
to at this point. A certain someone was in Part 2 that did very good.
Very cool direction.
Good job.
That's probably, out of all your fan films, those are probably my favorites.
You people know what I'm talking about?
I was really starting to hone my craft when I did The Question, and I went in a direction I was very proud of in terms of style and camera angles and story content, and just the overall mood of The Question was really cool because it was action-packed and gloomy at the same time. And
so what set it off for you? Was it the Justice League Unlimited portrayal?
It was a mixture of all the Questions you'd seen, but predominantly it was very 90s based when The Question, and 80s and 90s when The Question got first introduced. But again, like I didn't go too much into the Charlton era.
You didn't go back to the old Ditko stuff.
Question. I wanted to go into the manic side of Vic Sage and all of his manias and crap that he goes through. And if I had the chance, I'd do a lot more jokes, you know, like the stuff that he thinks is evil, like boy bands and ice cream, Ben and Jerry's.
I agree with him on that one.
But the other problem was it was getting too complicated for me to do because I had now introduced Ted Cord into the story, and that was hard because I'm playing Ted Cord, and I can't be in front of the camera and behind the camera at the same time. And in episode 4, I was supposed to have a battle with Everyman myself. So you'd have Ted Cord fighting Everyman as Ted Cord, and I'm supposed to direct this. You can see the dilemma I put upon myself.
Weren't you in one of those, Will?
Yeah,
I was in Part 2.
Episode 2 and 3. I was out in the Blue Beetle.
They were talking about me here, baby. This is my 15 minutes.
Will, yeah, you were in episode 2.
Didn't you get knocked out or something?
I was a very sexy checkmate agent.
You got
a heavy-set checkmate agent.
I thought you were Wonder Girl.
Actually, we shot you twice.
Didn't you play Wonder Girl?
I was recycled. I was killed in the hallway, I believe, the upper part of...
No, oh, God, you got shot 3 times. What am I saying?
Wait.
Only 3?
You got shot 3 times.
I would have shot him 5 times.
I originally punched you in the face, but I didn't.
I think
You're welcome. We just shot you instead. You got shot when Question first walks into the hallway. He shoots you in the back.
Yep.
Then you get shot in the... Oh, crap. I'm sorry. You got shot 4 times. Wow.
And I filmed that awesome scene at the end with the extra shaky camera.
Yeah,
you guys are running out the door?
With your hands with, like, rigor mortis or punch.
I'm a walking corpse.
I know.
Oh, must film.
So if you're watching Question Part 2 right now, you can cite Fanboy Will as checkmate agent that got shot in the back, checkmate agent that got shot in the face, checkmate agent that got shot in the chest, and checkmate agent that got shot at the very end in the credits when we were running away.
And don't forget about the most important part. the sexiest chick mid-agent. Yeah, baby. The fan mail I got from that was ridiculous.
Really?
Like, man, you look good in sunglasses.
Lies, all lies.
Hey, how do you know?
I get nothing. No one ever emails me saying, wow, Chris, you look great in the prison jumpsuit, or wow, Chris, you look great in spandex.
You look good in
my
light
emails?
blue.
Although it's funny, I do get, if you go on this one site, it's kind of a gay site, and it's a blue and gold site, and they talk...
Hello?
Jesus, we always get back to this, don't we?
We always do.
No,
we don't do it intentionally.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this. This is a funny story, right? When we first did Powergirl, and I had the Ted Cord appearance at the coffee shop, as a narcissist, I was going online, Googling my name, as usual, and I found a link to the Powergirl movie on this website. And I go on, and I'm looking around, and they're all talking about, wow, you guys, this is like the first appearance ever of Ted Cord in anything, and and Booster Gold's with him, wow, and I'm like, oh, cool, they're talking about me. Oh, my God, he's so handsome, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, someone writes, do you think they're going to do it in the next movie? I go, what? And then the conversation goes south of the border where they're talking about how, and they should totally do it, and I think, like, Booster would be dominant or Ted would be dominant. I'm like, God damn it, of all the freaking websites that have to talk about me, it's a gay site.
No, I'm not gay, gay robot.
I thought you said you were.
No, you know I never said that.
I know, I was just razzing you.
So what I did was I joined the website. I post on there, I go, I'm Chris, I played the Blue Beetle and everything, and hey, guess what, I'm going to do a PSA. And someone again writes, so Booster and Blue Beetle are going to be in it? I go, yeah. Are they going to do it? No, we're not going to do it. This isn't a gay film, you retard.
Chris's login name is Sweet Cheeks.
Well, wait a minute. That might be your niche, Chris. Doing, like, gay superheroes. That might be your niche.
No, actually, we have a joke.
You did a North Star fan film?
I'm dying to do. The joke is, I have a script that I want to shoot called Genderbender, in which Booster Gold gets turned into Booster Girl. He gets shot with
I remember that was funny.
I
remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, Chris, you'll enjoy this. So he gets turned into a hot chick with big boobs, and he's in love. He's so happy. He's just like, it's awesome. And then the first thing he does is he turns to Blue Beetle and he goes, dude, touch him. He's like, I don't want to touch him. No, come on, go ahead.
Great.
They're really cool. Dude, I don't want to.
He's like, I'm never leaving the house.
Touch my boobs. Dude, people think we're gay enough as kids. I don't want to touch your boobs. So I wanted to just, put that in there. And then, of course, the ultimately Booster Girl, as he calls himself, A, hits on the lesbian Batwoman, B, goes to Victoria's Secret and just has a blast, and then C, goes to, of all places, a lesbian bar.
Either that or like a shower at a gym.
Well, I think the lesbian bar in the city is pretty cool, and
That's funny.
At the end, when Booster gets turned back into a guy, he's being stalked by this big, dykish, butch lesbian. And, of course, she sees Booster Gold, who's now a man in women's clothing, and Blue Beetle staying there, and she's like, which way did she go? And we both point, and she's like, bags. Now, I just want to drop a couple of the gay jokes in there about Blue and Gold's relationship, because everybody either thinks that they're gay or wants them to be gay. Well, I'm just happy that, Blue Beetle's not dead anymore, and I'm happy to say that I think I might have contributed to that.
That being said, what do you think is going to happen with this new deal? Do you think he's going to keep on going on, or
what's up with that costume?
The new kid, they'll keep him around. He's not a bad character. He's pretty cool. He's very capable.
Tiny, isn't he?
I just, as long as Ted Cord stays alive, I'll be happy.
They'll call himself Blue Beetle, the sequel.
Well, the Blue Beetle's a legacy character, and so is the Green Lantern. You can still have Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan around as Green Lanterns, it's like having your cake and eat it. Why the hell do we only have to have one Blue Beetle? Why can't we have two? You got two Wildcats, for Christ's sake.
Have you had any feedback from fans as to what seems to be their most favorite Blinky film? Is there a fan favorite out there?
I think fans...
just from the response.
I can tell you right now, the officially most popular movies I have. I'm going to go... If you go on YouTube, you can actually check out my numbers, who watches the most. And the most watched movie I have on YouTube is Powergirl, with
I wonder why
445,000.
Because you got big buses.
That is the most watched. Get this: the second most watched video is The Flash with the speeding ticket.
Because he's got big breakfast.
Really?
I know.
That's a sleeper.
21,356 views.
What are you doing? Writing your ticket. Now, give me your license. For what? Speeding. Now give me your license. Speeding? Dude, I'm the Flash. That's my superpower. That's what I do.
You want to know why? Virtually zero Flash fan film.
You're right. It is. I have the first Powergirl and the first Flash fan film ever.
There's Golden Age, a couple put here and there, but...
An Hour Man.
No, there's no...
I also have the first Hour Man, I have the first Question, the first Blue Beetle.
Oh, this is pretty funny. I know the answer to this, but I just want you to tell the story. When you went to a convention dressed up as the Blue Beetle, and you came... what was it you ran into? Kevin McGuire?
Yeah, I ran into Kevin McGuire
and he said something to you that was quite funny. What did he say?
Well, I know Kevin prior to the conventions because he lives near me. So Kevin is always happy to see me as Blue Beetle and everything. But when I ran into Keith Giffen, this pissed the shit out of him.
That's what it is. It's Keith Giffen.
Yeah. I walked up to him, and I'm just like, Keith, dude, what's up? And he goes, he's dead. Get over it. And I'm just like, what? I go, what are you talking about? I go, dude, you got like an award for writing the Blue Beetle in the Justice League. How can you be so cold and turn your back on the character? He goes, I don't care. They're just characters, man. It's all comic books. Just get over it. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'll see you in hell. And I just turned and walked away. And then I spoke to Kevin later on, and Kevin's like, yeah, Keith was really hurt after you said that. I'm like, oh, really? What is he? You got a guy who actually went all out and made not only a Blue Beetle costume, but 3 freaking short films, and just wants to say, thank you for inspiring me. And what do you say? Get a life? No, what the hell, dude?
That's harsh.
I had some dumbass today post a comment on YouTube for me about Friday the 31st. In fact, he writes, and I quote, "You dumb shit is," he didn't even write it, he wrote IYS. Friday the 13th, not 31.
Dang.
And I wrote back, I'm like, are you retarded? And I looked up his profile, and he's a big, fat, 22-year-old guy anyway, so he looks like a retard. So I'm like, are you retarded? It's a play on words. What were you expecting, Halloween the 13th? Come back to me.
Oh, my God, that is horrible.
Well, he only plays with one thing. Apparently, it's not words.
And you're, like, mature. People are stupid.
Unbelievable. And I was going to ask you, actually, do you ever get attacked on forums?
For what?
For just, like, you didn't do this right. Fanboys who are just way too thorough and anal about things, trails and whatnot.
Yeah, I get the anal fanboys sometimes. I get the guys who are like...
Well, you were on the gay sites. Of course you get the anal fanboys.
Oh. What were some of the things? Oh, no, not... I don't get the anal fanboys, per se. I get the anal fanboys don't remember certain specifics. Like, I had this one gay guy.
I'll do this.
You're going to love this. I'm going to try and find the actual comment so I can read it to you. It was about Powergirl. And hang on, I'm looking it up right now.
How do you complain about Powergirl?
Just some trivia, which you guys probably know because you guys are way more into comics than I am. But you know why her cleavage hangs out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell everyone else.
Wally Wood wanted to make it as a joke. Or are you talking about...
No, because she ripped the S off.
Oh, no, she didn't rip an S off. She never had an emblem to put on there. She always felt there was a hole in her soul.
Oh, really? I heard it differently.
Yeah, it's kind of like a symbolic thing.
I heard it differently, but you guys know more than I do.
No, in the Jeff Johns run, JSA Classified, which came out like 2 years ago, Powergirl tells Jimmy Olsen that, or I think she tells Superman that she never had a symbol there because she didn't know what it could be, and she always thought there was like a hole in her soul. So, when she could find out her emblem, she'd close the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the whole, like, lost identity thing. She really didn't know where she belonged, if she was from Krypton or, like, at first she didn't know,
The way I heard it, she ripped the S symbol off because she was pissed at Superman or something like that.
I don't know. All
Take
right,
this S and shove it up your rib.
Actual quote, okay? Someone writes to me, this is a gay person. Good Lord, she has such super stuff. And then she writes, it sounds like they keep calling her Karen. Isn't her name Kara? And her secret identity is Linda? Sheesh. And I write, no,
that's
Kara is Supergirl. Powergirl's identity is Karen. Google it. And then she writes, I don't think so. Her Earther name was Linda Danvers. Her
Look at Linda Danvers, Supergirl, you jackass.
No, that's Supergirl. This is Powergirl. And then she
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what is she talking about? She's trying to say that Lynn Danvers is Powergirl, when in fact it's Supergirl.
No, Lynn Danvers is Supergirl. The
yes.
90s, 80s version. But anyway, and then the other comment was, she should have set fire to those newspapers with her super heat vision, and when she spit out the pen, it should have stuck in the wall. I need to get a job writing these. Oh, wait, I already have a job writing comics. And, of course, real actors would kind of, well, sort of, made it more fun. And it's,
wow.
Hey, if you know anything, I wrote, this is my response to her. I wrote, I'm surprised a comic writer as talented as yourself would not know the difference between Supergirl and Powergirl. As for the backhanded compliment, if you think you could do a better job, by all means, I look forward to seeing you do more in your next video than just standing around smoking a cigarette, which, by the way, that's all she has in her thing. She's in drag and she's just smoking cigarettes to music.
What a dish.
I know. So, yeah, I get stupid-ass comments like this all the time. For the most part, I delete them, but some I just leave up there for when I feel like schooling a person.
That's good material right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's good fodder for the show. Thank you for sharing that.
About Powergirl managed to end up in one of my scripts, and the comment was
Who hasn't?
so funny. Yeah, I got to find it. It was from so long ago, but the comment was so.
Was it something to the effect of she had deliciously big boobs?
No, it's better than
that. That was my one. I put in.
Paraphrasing, they referred to her breasts as soft, supple, heaving mounds of flesh.
That's a nice way of saying lady lumps.
No.
Lovely lady lumps.
I just heard that. I'm like, this is perfect. So I put that into the actual script.
Ooh, I gotta cut Chris off right there. This is going to conclude this week's talk with Chris Notarile. Remember, this is just part 1 of 2 parts. So join us next week as we continue talking to fan film creator and Blinky Productions guru Chris Notarile. Peace out.